Welcome back to the World Amateur Team Championship. Abu Dhabi Golf Club is the venue as 36 countries in the men's competition compete for the Eisenhower Trophy. After 3 rounds, it's the Americans that lead the way, looking to become the 5th wire-to-wire champions in Eisenhower Trophy history. They hold a 4-stroke advantage over Norway and France, with Australia a further stroke adrift. So the final round is off and running, and there's already been some great action early on. Team New Zealand had been on the fringes of contention, in no small part to Kazuma Kobori, the Kiwi whose sister is a rookie on the Ladies European Tour this season, taking the no small honour as the low individual score of the week. Not quite enough though to help New Zealand to a medal.
Kobori won the Australian Amateur at the start of the year, and in 2022 Jack Buchanan lost in a playoff in the same event. And with Australia starting day 4 in solo 4th place, he was looking for some early birdies to help push them to medal positions. One at the 405-yard par 4 first helped them on their way.
Czechia started the last day in 5th spot. Great playing so far from a nation that had never finished better than the 22nd they finished in 2018. Petr Ruby, raised in Pilsen but now based in Seattle, has shot rounds of 72, 68 and 70 so far.
It's been an impressive week so far for Jack Ingham. The player from the Netherlands, one of 46 players who competed at last year's World Amateur Team Championship, had shot subpar rounds all 3 days.
France, like Norway, was starting the day in 2nd place. Paul Bovey, in his 2nd year at Iowa State, got them off to just the start they were after. This setting up a birdie at the opening hole. So this is how it looks in the early stages of the final round of the World Amateur Team Championships. The USA now 6 ahead with just 2 shots separating Italy in 5th and France in 2nd. So these are the last 3 players, Becky, in the final group. Let's have a look at their swing, starting with Bastien Amat.
Lots of lag there, very powerful swing and a beautiful balanced finish.
Yeah, impressive swings all round, isn't it? Sekner here of Norway.
Yeah, I mean, it's all power in the men's game these days. These kids are taught from a young age, and you can see there the hip movement, the foot coming off the floor there, which seems to be becoming a more common theme. Very powerful swing as well.
Yeah, and last but not least, an American who's PGA Tour bound sooner rather than later, Gordon Sargent.
Yeah, more of a Dustin Johnson look with the bowed wrist there, and again, really fast hip movement, the left foot coming up slightly, and a proper rounded finish there. Some powerful swings on show.
So all players underway. Off the first, we can catch up with David Ford here. 4th tee. Parred the first, birdied the 2nd. You've played this golf course before, Becky?
Yes, I have. It's very generous off the tee, slightly trickier into the greens. You do need to be in the correct section. Lots of shots where the pins will be tucked over bunkers and water.
Well, we saw his birdie at the first, Paul Bovey. Also birdied the 3rd hole as well. You can see a little bit of the grain on the greens as well. That's something that the players having to judge this week.
Yeah, and that's why you have to be in good position. Leaving yourself on the wrong side can leave some tricky putts, especially down or across the grain.
There'll be some nerves about. You've played in these World Amateur Team Championships. I know you have to rack the memory brain a little bit to get back to when you played in it.
Yes, it was 21 years ago now, back in 2002 in Kuala Lumpur. But being part of a smaller team actually really intensifies the pressure more. You're in quite a tight niche group, so with it's only being 3 of you, you really do feel the team element more.
Nice shot from Matt Sager. They're out in 3 balls, so the last 3 groups have the respective players from the nations in the top 3 positions on the leaderboard. So USA, Norway and France all go out in those last three groups. The final three ball at the first. And that's a lovely start from Ama. You want a nice steady start, don't you?
Yeah, and this is a massive drive from Sargent here on the first. Looks like he's just got a little flick in here, so should be able to get a nice bit of spin, even coming from the rough. Pretty good effort there.
Yeah, by being here this week, he's made the points needed to earn PGA Tour membership by what's called the PGA Tour University Accelerated. Oh, look at that. 3 birdies in a row from Ford, the world number 5.
Yeah, absolutely on fire. Great start there.
Yeah, just the start the USA want. 3 under par already for Ford. 67 yesterday from Amat.
I think it really is a course where the scoring obviously being exceptionally low, you really have to take advantage of any of these opportunities that you get.
2 birdies the first 3 holes. This is for another for Bovey.
Gave it a good run there.
Yeah, you want to see the ball going past the hole like that from Bovey. Obviously confident start from him.
Yeah, and I think with grain as well, you do have to be positive, otherwise the putts do tend to move quite a lot at the end, so giving yourself a couple of longer ones back is not a problem.
Now there you go, the Norwegian, a senior at East Tennessee State University. Great chance.
Oh, unlucky there, just a lip out on the left edge, just lacked a little bit of pace and the grain may have moved it.
Disappointing feeling. Played 3 lovely shots, you haven't got your birdie. Now, Sargent hasn't birdied the first yet this week.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed with that, but a chance to make up for it here with it being such a short approach in. Got it now.
Yeah, finally got the better of the first. Couple of 67s already this week from the world number 2. Not throwing in the towel just yet. Remember, it's the best 2 scores from each nation on the day that will count, and at the moment David Ford and Gordon Sargent doing the business for the USA. They led by 4 overnight. Now it's 5 from France. Here is France, Hugo Le Goff, the 15-year-old playing in his first senior tournament, one of the youngest players in the field. You wouldn't have known it watching him. Look at that, almost chipping in there at the 4th. Started the week with a 67. He'd birdied the 2nd and kept himself 1 under for the day there.
A birdie at the 2nd and a bogey at the 3rd on the last day so far for Petter Harubi. At 469 yards, the 6th is the longest of the par 4s on the course, and the Czech stayed at 1 under for his round.
Jeffrey Guan had 3 top 10s in the 2022-23 season amongst the pros on the PGA Tour of Australia, and the 19-year-old showing why. 3 rounds in the 60s the first 3 days, and look at that first birdie of the final round coming at that 6th.
The scoring continued to be top-notch, and after a bogey at the opening hole, Herman Sekner bounced back superbly. A birdie at the 2nd, and after this tee shot at the 4th, the senior at Purdue University was under par for the day.
Yeah, like the Norwegian, Nick Dunlap had started bogey birdie. But Dunlap had shown at the US Amateur that poor starts don't seem to affect him too badly. When he won at Cherry Hills this summer, he'd actually been 5 over par through 7 holes in the stroke play. Right at it at the par 3 4th. Yeah, be satisfied with that, as will be the USA. Very much on course for their first Eisenhower Trophy in 9 years. France very close right behind them, with 5th placed Italy behind France in 2nd spot.
Ruby here, green side at the par 5 8th. 3rd shot out of the bunker, looking to make birdie here. And he's played it well, just using the slope. Probably got a bit more spin than he would have liked.
Yeah, player in his final year at the University of Washington. Now, listed in Australia, Carl Phillips.
Another one out of the bunker here. Looks to have controlled the spin well. Left himself a 4-foot chance there for birdie.
A little bit of sand in the eyes. A little pain for gain from a player known at Stanford University as Koala Carl. Got to have a nickname.
Absolutely. You've made it when you get the nickname.
Birdie at 3, bogey at 5, birdie at 7, and good chance of another birdie at 8 from Benjamin Reuter.
Everyone looking to capitalise here, I think, on being able to get close to the 8th in 2.
Now, David Ford birdied the last 4 holes. 140 yards left at this 6th hole.
Coming from the rough, but given his power, should still be able to get a pretty good element of control over this shot. Oh my word. Yep, that's the ultimate control, I think.
Well, what a performance this is. 6 under through 6 holes. That's extraordinary from David Ford.
Ruby after the bunker shot, looking to tidy up here for birdie. And he's judged that so well. The grain and the slope there. He was aiming at least a foot outside left, but he's managed to pull that one in.
Yeah, the Czech player goes to 1 under for his round. We'll try and follow Ford's effort, I think is the way.
Unbelievable. The scoring has just been absolutely astonishing, Richard.
Well, that looks ordinary by comparison, but it's still a good shot from Ager.
Phillips just tidying up again for birdie now with a shorter effort. Looks a little bit straighter. Yeah, and he confidently knocked that one in.
Yeah, he's one of those in the field that had the experience of playing the US Open in June after coming through qualifying. He's 1 under as well, like Ager now.
They're almost like pros already, Richard.
It's true in some cases, for sure. And another one for good measure. There you go. Rory to 2 under.
They're probably looking at this hole in their head as a par 4, and not making birdie would almost feel like dropping a shot.
Well, if he knocks this in, he loses the hole, doesn't he? In some respect, Ager.
Confident stroke there, and you could see the line on the ball rolling beautifully straight in the middle of the cup.
Well, the USA looking well on their way to a 16th victory at the World Amateur Team Championships. The world number 5, David Frost, 6 under through his first 6 holes, helping them stretch their lead to 7 shots. The chasing pack are going to have to go really low around this national course at Abu Dhabi Golf Club if they're going to get anywhere near them. More from the Eisenhower Trophy in a moment.